Hello, welcome back to Satisfactory, Update 7. This is Maker Gaming with episode 71. And we're going to get the crystal oscillator automation up and running. That's our number one goal, and we're going to start now. We need power. Again, of a platform here. Alright, so we're just right outside of this curve, and I think we're going to make a circle here, see how that looks for our coal generators. Maybe I'll do a time lapse of this. But I mean, we've already done it in the last video. Then we go to, we picked up a bunch of materials, and let's go get this thing online. Oh, offline, I do think I finished the circle for the fuel right there, and I did put a roof on that I think is probably stand. We'll get into it. Yeah, so I came around and I put columns on this middle line down every block. One off from center so that they're not interfering with the belts, and we're going to get rid of all this beam work that maybe I talked about, but it was just a way to try and get a good line. But instead of doing that, I ended up doing something else, and just show you over here. So yeah, I just did this. Yeah, so I just did that, followed the line, and then came in, deleted the excess, and I did it a bunch of times over there, and there's still some more to go. And that wasn't the right level, but that was just showing you how it worked. Now it's the right height. So yeah, we just have to keep going around until we finish. Peaceful, steady work. Alright, we're also doing just this down the middle, just to break it up and give us a starting point for our roof. Or hell, we just end up leaving it like this also. Alright, we're just kind of duplicating the details around the build. So far so good. Just to guide these, we're doing just these across on any point, and then you just go up the middle of each block. I'm going to probably jump between projects. If I was smart, I would work on power first. Just offhand, what's my guess for fuel? Let's say 225. 225 for everything inside. What is that? That's 3, right? We need 120 megawatts for the hyper cannon. Maybe we do that on a separate one. In which case, everything else, awesome sink, water extractors, coal miner. We can do that for another 75. So we need 4 coal generators. Alright, to make it easier to place the generators, I'm gonna cut away a bunch of this extra stuff in the middle. And we're just gonna do a square grid in the middle. Now we can square up all this. Alright, I just played offline some more. I think I'm just going to build a lot of the roof and everything offline because it's just the same thing over and over again. So for now, I think what I want is to get our water situation figured out. Alright, so we found our water. We just need to get down there. We're going to make some sort of dock situation. Alright, production, water extractor. Alright, that's as lined up as we can get. We're going to lower these a little bit. We're going to go with Mark II pipes. Alright, just making a bridge. Not quite high enough, we'll fix it on the second go round. Guess that's where we'll run our pipe. It's starting to look like something. I went around all the edges that are done and I put the pillars all the way through into the sand. A lot more support. Alright, we're back. We get this set up. Alright, we got those lined up using the wall. We can pipe all those up. We're going to use Mark II. We're going to stick with our blue theme. Alright, now we're just running our pipe. Change the modes. Alright, just running the world's longest pipe. It's fine. Almost there. Hopefully this is a good spot. And we're out of copper. Alright, I'm going to run some power, change some colors, and I'll be back. We're going to need pumps, and we're going to need to account those pumps in the power calculations. I believe none of this was recorded. It's just the 4 generators that I think it's probably going to take. It might end up taking 5, or the overclocking of 1 or 2. But yeah, everything's set up. Fuel comes in from here. We don't have the coal hooked up yet, actually. If I didn't finish that off, it's just going under the main building, not really organized, and then going on a simple concrete road all the way back. We've got it colored except for everything underneath. Do that right now on the walk back. So yeah, next thing to do is basically just get the coal ran, and then get some biomass burners to jump start the water and the coal production, and get the coal generators running. Alright, connect that in. And that's all we need for coal. It's about as simple design as you can get for now. That didn't fit. Yeah, so for now we only want that and the water connected to our biomass burners. So we'll just make this nice and temporary looking so that we remember to get rid of it. Okay, one thought I just had for the kick-starting of the whole system. We don't want to waste biomass burner fuel. So I'm going to go turn off one of these water extractors, because right now we only have 4 generators set up. And you can get 2 1/3 generators per water extractor, so to feed the 4 we only need 2, so I'm just going to turn power off to the 3rd one, that way we're not wasting all that extra power. Alright, so it looks like this one's good to here. We'll actually go a little bit below that, just to be safe. Tough part here is we need the biomass to last as long as it takes for that water to get all the way down that pipe. That's not insignificant. Okay, but we only need 57, it said. So that's easy. That's only 2. Hopefully this is enough. Let's kickstart a power generator. We'll pretty this up, don't you worry. Alright, we want this full. And I think that's how it works to start filling up the next link that's above it. And then that one straight link it's like half a mile. That one's going to take a while to fill up. And that one will never fill up, right? Because the gravity at the end of that pipe segment is dropping the water into the whole system. Those are going to take a long time. These should start soon. We have water. Water to our highest point. I'm not the best person to be pushing standby because I forget that stuff all the time. But we do that for a few minutes and let the water collect. Alright, power set up. Now I think I want to set up power to the awesome sink. Might as well be sinking as we work. Alright, well we have those on standby. Let's finalize our awesome sink design. For now we'll say that grid goes to here. But that's not really where it goes. We'll connect it up here also when the time is right. The time is not right now. We'll figure out how to get the excess coal onto the sushi belt. But when it does reach there, I do not think we're complete. Oh, maybe we are. Oh, hell yeah. I thought I had to build another quarter of it. Okay. So that's done. This is set to any. We're doing 120 minute coming out, 15 going to each, so that's 60. So we'll have a 60 overflow, which will circle the building and then go to the awesome sink. Where do we want to import ores? I would think right towards the beginning. Can I get through there? I can. That's kind of cool. I could like that. Shape. And this light. Alright, there's no way a pump should help, but I'm still putting it. So these numbers, we might be able to start one up and see. We'll leave this running, see how it goes. Alright, I'm going to turn them all on now. Alright, we are powered. That should shoot up. 300 megawatts. And we just expect that water to keep up. We will see. Alright, at one point we're going to have to power the outpost, so I'm just going to run that wire now too. Or should I use my blueprint? Yeah, we'll go with these. Easy enough. Alright, we just put down our last two blueprints, or our last two transmission line blueprints to get us to the first machine, which is quartz. I think for now we're just going to connect the one power we need. Alright, now I'm just going to run it for the other one as well, and I'll come back when I'm done with all this. Looks like it might all be full. Let's see how it does. Our power might be solved. Alright, that looks nice and steady now. Do we dare take these off? Yeah, let's take them off. This could be solved. Alright, I think I'm gonna say that we're officially steady at 300 megawatts. Which means, one, we can turn off the biomass. And two, we can power this at the very least. Start getting our ore being produced. It's going to take a long time for those 3 miners to fill up those conveyor belts, but they'll be here eventually, so we can start powering the separate sections. We actually still have to make copper, but that's whatever. Okay, I'm raising this a little bit. I do think I want some sort of power configuration on this. There goes our material. I was gonna go get concrete, but do I want to now, or do I want to get this going? I think we'll get this going. For now, I could just be down here, actually. So let's try that out for the first time. Where's our power? Power switch. AI limiter. Alright, so there's our first power switch. Nothing too fancy here. Something like this. Something like this to a middle pole. I don't know exactly how we'll do that connection yet. That's not what's important. What's important is getting power to this thing right now. That should be connected. Do we have to turn a breaker maybe? Alright, we can see. Of course, it's costing us. It showed 8 for a minute. Okay, that's running correctly. And it's being powered, so yes, we're making quartz now. Alright, now we're adding that to the sink. Which means it's time to get this running the correct direction. Alright, we need a smart splitter. We're going to reconnect this just to be on the safe side. Alright, so the right output is quartz crystal. And that's any. Actually, we're going to call it overflow. So that should be everything. Yep. But this would fill up first. Center is overflow, right is reinforced iron plates. Cable, overflow. And that should be good for the belts for the manufacturer coming off the sushi belt. Technically this should go on its own line, but we're just connecting it. Well, we cheat and get a little bit of this going. Alright, A on the left side. Alright, that connection's now live. And that's filling up. There we go. It's a good picture. Alright, there's our first reinforced iron plates. Awesome. There's another one, 5 a minute now. Oh, we want smart splitters. For now, just this one works. We'll do something along the lines of iron ore out. And then to the right is overflow. Alright, so we're just going to put a lift in. Belt that in. There we go. Now we have an overflow of that. And we can combine it with a merger. There we go. The awesome sink's working pretty damn good. Just gonna get a lot of materials out of this setup. Alright, apologies for any continuity issues. I've been playing a little bit offline. I don't remember exactly what all I did. I did run some actual power lines. I stuck with the level of the bridge. Now I'm kind of regretting that. Maybe this one should have stayed on. But yeah, did the power lines. We did more of the wall. We did another. 2 of these are up and running now. We still haven't made the copper, so that's very high on the list. Oh, we did all 4. There you go. Looks good. That was kind of the reason for this, and the reason for using the glass walls. I really wanted to see how much of this shading we could get. All this natural light coming in and coming off the different things. I like it so far. Missing steel beams, no way. Look how much concrete I went and picked up. There was a whole nother row of those. Guy running. Obviously, with a shape like this, you're gonna run out of some concrete. Alright, so that's our tentative building complete. Things we still have to do. We still got to get the copper set up. These storages are not going to stay in here. All this crap. And then power, we're going to run power much better. Probably off the roof. That's what I'm thinking, is everything off the roof coming exactly down to where it needs to go. And then power running through these. Either in this room or higher up in this area. And we do have a manufacturer running right now. We're just not automated with the wire. Everything that goes past automation isn't needed. Goes and gets sunk. I like this idea a lot. I think with each material added, I'm going to like it more and more, watching all this stuff go in. We were at 55 yesterday when I started the sink. No better time than the present. Alright, 30 for 30. So we got 30 for 30, 15 for 30, so we need 2 constructors going into 1 cable. What I'm thinking is something like this, where the 2 outputs leave that one and go into here. But we do need a smelters closer than that. Okay, new idea. Go this one in the middle. So yeah, we can go with that one in the middle there. Merge these 2 outputs, the 2 wires into here to make cable. Alright, what I'm trying to do is I want a splitter right here. Alright, final belting, final selecting, and then we just power it up and hope it all works. There we go, getting closer and closer to our mark. We need to find out what the pumps produce. Look at us go. Alright, we should be seeing cable. There we go. There's one. There's another one. And another one. Nice. How efficient. I just realized we only needed one. Alright, we only needed 1 smelter. Let's see what that does for our power. 1.6. Let's do that. It saves us a little bit. So we're going to underclock these to 15 a minute, which halves what we knew. So we go from 4 megawatts to 1.6. So yeah, 3.2 to get out of those 2 smelters. Keep it symmetrical. Our manufacturer is now automated. We can up it let's just see what that costs actually. That's one of our big questions. 55 megawatts. We have to wait till this gets through with one before it'll show us. So that actually might trip us. We'll see. 137 megawatts. Okay, now we know our answer for 200%. 137 megawatts. That's half of our production. So we're going to need to add a fifth coal generator, which is fine for our water. And it's fine for our coal. Just means we'll be getting 15 less into the awesome sink. Thinking offhand, walkways. Walkways are a huge thing. Yeah, so that one's easy enough to fit around. We basically are done. Everything else now is just optimization. Getting the manufacturer to 200%, meaning getting enough power to it. Making sure all the awesome sink is set up. What else? Clean up the storage. See if I want anything else on the roof. That one is not the right level. Figure out if I want to do a truck station. Where I want that path. I have at least one idea for a path because I started it on my mini trips for concrete. You kind of see it going between those two underneath the trees. That's a possible starting point. So we might do a truck station out to there. We'll see. So yeah, it's a good view of these. Woohoo! Automated for 28 minutes. I need a good place to check this place out. Alright, it's still a little bit boring from up high. It's a cool shape, but we could probably do something else. Maybe it needs something on the top. Something we'll get into later. Let's do a finalization list. And then we'll get out of here. Alright, that's a good section. Supports to that bridge, so it doesn't look ridiculous. Finish the supports there. Possible roof. Yeah, well, so we'll just add that detail work. Factory cart and road. Power substation, which includes getting signs up for exact power use of every object. Because we have some unaccounted for pumps. And some surprises, like the smelters are 1.6 megawatts each because we underclocked them. So we need to get all that. All the numbers. Alright, so there's two of the actual uses. That's the underclocked and the overclocked. Smelter and constructor, that's the constructor and smelter and the assembler. Those are the two smelters, those are the three constructors. This one, we need to get the capacity for 138 megawatts to get this at 200, or 90 megawatts for 150%. We just gotta figure these last ones out, figure out the pumps, water extractors, and the miners. Fun. Alright, that was a pretty basic ending. I mean, kind of a good place to end. So maybe we should end it there. Just in case we should end it there, we'll finish up all this in part 3. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. I like how those generators, smokestacks, go in between the lines.